Hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of Life as Daddy. Thanks so much for joining me. And today we're going to talk a little bit about the process of adoption and what that looks like. All right, so grab your coffee, you know the rules, get started. Last time I talked a little bit about fundraising and the cost of adoption, but I realized that not a lot of people understand what the process of adoption looks like. So that's what I'm going to talk a little bit about today. There are definitely a lot of options for what is right for you and your family. So I'm going to tell you just kind of how it worked for us. Know that depending on who you work with, or whether it's an international or a domestic adoption or a private local thing, things may vary a little bit, but I would say that we probably have a pretty standard experience when it comes to adoption. So just keep that in mind, that yours may be a little different, may look a little different, but I know that if I had known some of these things that I'm going to share today, I probably, both of us, my husband and I, could have gotten through this a lot quicker. So that being said, let's get going. So before I tell you what we did, I want to tell you a little thing that I didn't know when we started. When adopting a child, you can go several different avenues. You can go the standard domestic adoption with an agency, which I think is probably the most common and most heard of. Eventually, if you do go a private adoption, you'll probably go with an agency no matter what. You can also do the Department of Human Services. And then the third is what we did. We went to a consultancy first. So consultancy is basically someone who is solely in your corner. They are there to assist you, make sure that you understand the process. If you have questions as you're going through the process, they are there for you. This is a service I didn't know existed, and you do have to pay more for it. It is obviously a little bit more expensive, but if you don't know much like I didn't, it was incredibly helpful. And so highly recommend. And if you are wanting to know of a recommendation, just slip me a note in the comments or send me a message. I will be glad to share with you who we used, and I would recommend them any time of day. So that being said, we connected with her. We had our home study done already. A home study is basically someone who is certified by your state to come in and evaluate you as a couple. They evaluate your relationship, your marriage, how you want to parent. They do a ton of background checks on you, and they ultimately write a report about you. And ours was about 20 to 25 pages. It included some letters of recommendation, and that's basically gets sent to whatever agency that you choose. The great thing about a consultancy is they are often connected to several people in the nation at different agencies. So you are able to get a different, broader spectrum, and for someone who's worked in this field for so long, they already know what's going to kind of fit your needs the best. So our particular recommendation came with 12, I believe. I think it was 12 agencies to choose from. We actually chose 5 total, and applied, did all their application process and things like that, and eventually got set up and got going. In the meantime, you're going to start building what's called a profile. And the home study I just showed you, that is what gets shown to the agency. The profile is what gets shown to the prospective mothers of these babies. This is our profile. We're marketers, so we love the design aspect of things, but it's basically a story of who you are and how you met, and what are your core values, and tell me about your pets, and what do you enjoy doing for fun, your friends and your family, all into about 15 to 20 pages. So talk about a hard task, condensing all of that life into 20 pages. And that's where we really loved our consultant, because she really said, hey guys, let's put some more action words in here, or let's change this photo to this, and etc. And really kind of help craft that so it would be something that was really attractive to prospective mothers. So once we got that built, we felt incredibly lucky. Typically adoptions can take, just to match with someone, can take months, years in some cases. Ours took 11 days from the time we finished our profile to the time we matched with a mom, and that is just unheard of. we feel incredibly lucky and blessed to have had that fortune given to us. After that starts the relationship with the mom, and that is something that I think people are pretty nervous about. I think they don't know how to talk, and again, the consultancy is great about that. They tell you how to talk to the moms and how to build relationships with your agencies and how to appropriately check in with applications. And you know, it's weird at first, but the more we have talked to the mom of our potential baby, the more we have just loved her and who she is. And you know, these are people from across the nation who have different lives than you do, and to see that bond kind of grow, we kind of feel like the mom of our baby is part of our family. And that's a beautiful thing, especially when you know, things can get kind of rocky and hard when it comes to giving up a child. So just be open to it. Open your hearts a little bit more than you think you would normally. I promise it will be worth it. So after you match, you start talking to the mom, and you start to build that relationship. And eventually you're going to get to the point where you're getting close to the birth, and they're going to work out a birth plan with the mom. What that looks like, how is she going to get there, what hospital is she going to go to, is it going to be a C-section or a natural birth, etc. And then those details will be relayed to you, and then if she's having a C-section, it will be scheduled out, and you'll know when to fly or drive, depending on where you are, down to that location. If it's a natural birth, it's going to be, hey, guess what? She's in labor. It's time to come, and you'll drop everything and you'll fly or you'll drive to your destination at a last minute's notice. You know, we're not at that point yet. We're getting close. We're about a month or so out, and we're getting super, super excited. And it's nerve-wracking and crazy. I equate it to kind of like being you know, I'm a gay man, so being a dad or a father and a husband to a woman, and have that energy, and what can I do, and how do I need to be ready, what do I need to pack, all of these questions. So enjoy the time, allow yourself what you need to feel, and it's going to be great. You'll love it. And we haven't had our baby yet. She is, it's a little girl, if I haven't told you guys that already. She is coming late November, early December. And so yeah, I will be sure to update you guys with what is coming with that. But that's the process so far. Depending on what state you're in, there's going to be a time requirement that has to be put in place before she is allowed to sign away her rights to that child. Some states it's 48 hours, some states it's 72. In our case, it's 72 hours. And to me, I'm looking at that as an opportunity to continue to get to know the mom and make a relationship with her. You know, she's doing a beautiful thing for your family. And so make sure you honor and respect her time. As much as you're going to be excited about the baby, make that time about her if you possibly can. Think about what she is doing and sacrificing for you. So, and then after she signs away her rights, you can take the baby home with you after the state says that it's cleared to travel across state lines. And basically in 180 days, the court will finalize that adoption, and he or she is yours. So that's the basic adoption. I would love to tell you more if you guys are interested. I would love to give you recommendations on our consultancy or our agency if you guys are looking for one. We have loved our journey and the people we have worked with so much. They have been communicative. We've never felt like we've been in the dark. And so that's a huge plus, especially when there's a lot of unknowns. So if you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. Of course, be sure to like and subscribe. And until episode 3, we'll see you guys later.